Greetings to all you trainers around the world, and welcome to Regice, the show all about the basics and fundamentals of the Pokemon trading card game, where we promote and guide along those new trainers in the PTCG world. Alright, today we have a very exciting show. Me and my son are going to go into a head-to-head battle where we're going to teach you the basics of Pokemon and just go over the cards and the layouts that we're playing. My son is going to play as Poke for Friends, and I am Poke for Trade. And what we're going to look at right now is two different styles of play here, where I'm using a lot of Megas and EXs, and my son is not. And so when the Pokemon trading card game does come, you're going to draw 7. 7's your first card you're going to draw. You're going to pick your Pokemon. That Pokemon's going to go up into the active. Now, if you have any other Pokemon in your hand, you will select one and put it on your bench. I've opted to only select one. I've drawn quite a few Pokemons and no supporter. Well, my son's going to play this Rough Seas, which is really good for us. It's going to heal us 30 damage for each of his water Pokemon and lightning Pokemon. The object here is to see if we can catch my son. Now, let's take a look at this card and see what we have. Ice Beam. Flip a coin. If heads, your opponent's active Pokemon is now paralyzed. Resistance Blizzard. 70. So here is your how much energy it's going to take for him to charge this up, and 70 is the attack, and the effect is during your opponent's next turn, prevent all effects of attacks, including damage done to this Pokemon by Pokemon EX. Uh-oh, I'm in trouble. Now what we have here is we actually have a Pokemon EX, and that is my active Pokemon. So in order to, if he attacks me, because this is the effect of the attack, after he attacks me, I will no longer be able to attack this Pokemon. So I need to bring out other attackers. Now my son's going to play down a Shaman. A Shaman has the special ability of setup. When you play this Pokemon from your hand onto your bench, you may draw cards until you have 6 cards in your hand. And that's exactly what my son did. He drew those cards until he had 6 cards in his hand. Oh, he's going to play down his Fossil Researcher, possibly? I don't know. Okay, it looks like he's played his supporter, so that's good for us. Good news for us. We're going to go ahead and play down a... We're going to go ahead and play down a Dive-Ball. Now, a Dive-Ball lets you search for any type of water Pokemon. I went ahead and chose Articuno. I chose this because I am definitely afraid of getting attacked by Regice. Now, once he attacks me, my Kyogre will no longer be able to affect him. So I want to get down an Articuno and see if I could start laying damage down on him. So what I'm going to do right now is I'm going to go ahead and play my hand out. I'm going to go ahead and try and find something else, hopefully. That's not as charged as his current Pokemon. You see that DCE attached to it? Now that's a double colorless energy. And when you have a double colorless attached to it like that, and this is 2 colorless in a water, you know that all he needs to do is put down a water energy and we are in trouble. So what we're going to do is we're going to play setup here. Now I'm looking for a desperation mode here because I definitely don't want to deal with this guy at all. So I'm going to play Articuno and I'm going to switch out. Now Articuno has a special effect below his attack. Now search your deck for up to 3 energy cards, reveal them, and put them into your hand. Shuffle your deck afterwards. Now I know that that's a good attack, but what I really want is another Articuno, and I filled my bench up. So I'm going to take this Dive-Ball right here and I'm going to play this Dive-Ball down for an Articuno. If I intend to hit this Regice, oh man, I'm going to definitely need some regular standard basics. Okay, now we look like we got everything. I'm just going to attack. And I'm going to go ahead and pull 3 water energies because that's the effect of this card. Search your deck for up to 3 water energies. Reveal them, put them into your hand, shuffle your deck afterwards. So I'm going to take those 3 water energies into my hand. Now this is my hand right down here. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I know that looks silly, but that's what our hand is. Now my son looks like he's playing Fossil Research. Let's take a look at this card. Search your deck for up to 2 in any combination of Amora or Tyrant and put them onto your bench. Shuffle your deck afterwards. Now my son's went ahead and pulled out Amora And it looks like maybe he dead drawed. So this might be a good turn for us. So we're going to go ahead and put down this up on Articuno. And then we're going to go ahead and shuffle our hand in. The reason why we're going to shuffle our hand in is because we just need a new hand. I have a lot of Kyogres out there. I'm hoping I get an AZ and I can pull one out. Now I didn't get anything off of that, so I'm going to go ahead and just evolve. Now my son's searching. Oh, he pulled a Shauna on us. Now with Shauna, it's a pretty good card there. It lets you go ahead and shuffle your hand into your deck, then draw 5 cards. So he's going to go ahead and draw 5 cards. And I'm telling you right now, let's take a look at the cards he drew. He drew an Aurorus. Now an Aurorus, any damage done by any of Pokemon's attached to each of your water Pokemon that has any water energy attached to it is reduced by 20. Reduced by 20? Alright, so let's take a look at that. If I was to hit him for freezing wind, I do 100 minus 20. Now these go ahead and stack, so if you put 2 of these on your bench, he's going to do a minus 40 on me. This does not look good for me at all. I'm going to go ahead and stay with this. I'm going to attack, and I'm going to see if I can draw some energy cards out. Now these energy cards will fold down into my hand, replenishing my hand with some energies, and I'm hoping I can get this guy charged next round to start attacking. Now my son still has this water energy up, and if he does get hit by it, he's got a how many Shaunas do you have?
No clue.
Alright, here we go. We're going to go ahead and let the pain happen. And here it goes. So let's go ahead and let some pain happen. Here we go. I'm going to do 100 points of damage. Yes, that is right. 100 points of damage. Because he doesn't have a water energy attached to it. Now, if he had a water energy attached to it like he does down on this one, I would have done less damage to it. But he had already made his attach. So my son had given up this Pokemon in order to charge up other Pokemons. Now, my son's going to go ahead and give me this Pokemon here. And I'm going to play another energy down on Articuno. Now, Articuno is going to go ahead and do another Whirlwind here. And this is straight damage. As you can see, this one does not have an effect under it. And we are going to do 100 points of damage, knocking him out. Now, every time you knock a Pokemon out, you will receive a prize card. And I'm going to go ahead and take one because, honestly, I need one. I got my Lysander. Now my son played down a Sacred Ash. A Sacred Ash lets you shuffle 5 Pokemon from your discard pile into your deck, and that is exactly what he does. Now he's brought up a Lysander, which could really hurt us. He's decided to take this Pokemon EX, and the reason why is because of the effect of this attack. Now I will not be able to attack my son. I can heal using this stadium, but I will not be able to attack my son. And the reason why I won't be able to attack my son is because of that effect. So what I really need to do is switch out my Pokemon. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take a look at all these cards and see if any of them's a switch, and none of them are. So I'm going to go ahead and just discard them all. I'm searching for a switch. I need a switch. If I can get a switch, I would be more than happy. Now, a trainer's mail allows you to go ahead and look at the top 4 cards of your deck. You may reveal a trainer card you find here, accept the trainer's mail, and put it into your hand. Now, I'm hoping this gets us a switch. Now, let's take a look at what we have here. I did not receive a switch.
Yay!
And that is all bad news. And as you can hear my son in the background, you know that is all bad news for me. I'm going to go ahead and put these on here because I can go ahead and use this AZ onto this Shaman EX on next round and go ahead and pull that up and then play him again to see if I got after my hand. Alright, so I'm just going to end turn. He has locked me in pretty good. Now he's going to use that Professor Birch. Now Professor Birch is quite a quirky card. It's shuffle your hand into your deck and flip a coin. If heads, draw 7 cards. Professor Birch's lets you do that, lets you go ahead and draw 7 cards if he rolls a heads, and he did roll a heads, and you can see his hand, my opponent's hand, as you can see, is up to 7. Now this is a shiner for me. I don't know why, but definitely a shiner. I don't know what's going to go on from here. Now Kyogre's got a good little 240 HP. My son is putting down with a muscle band that does an extra 20 damage, only 90 to me. So I might be able to survive this round. Alright, so my initial thought was to take up this Shaman, but I've decided just to pull this Kyogre up. I have an attacker here, and I'm going to get ready to attack him. I'm going to bring him up to the active. Now, I don't have any cards that will help me out, but I'm going to go ahead and attack. And I'm going to do 60 points of damage. Now, my son has the water energy effect in turn. He's going to heal off another 30 from the rough seas. And now he has Aurora's in there with the ice shield. He's charging up. 2 more attackers at the bottom there. And I'm going to see, it doesn't look like I'm going to be able to knock him out. So I'm going to activate Stadium. And it doesn't look like I'm going to even survive the round. I'm going to go ahead and play this Kyogre down.
Yes, it is the best day of your life.
And I'm just thinking, I don't know if I should attack him or not attack him because I can't get another attacker up in time. What I think I'm going to try and do is just do a Find Ice. I'm going to try and pull out some water energies in my futile effort. And then I'm going to go ahead and wait for my son to turn the sun on here, because he's about to strobe me down and take this Articuno. Now, Articuno was a big deal to me. I sort of needed him as my attacker, and he easily manhandled him.
Yes, we won. Yeah.
So now I got one more attacker over here. Now, this Mega goes ahead and has a primal. What I'm hoping to do is go ahead and use a Lysander to bring up one of his other attackers. Now this effect, accordingly, is only on this Pokemon. So I should be able to Lysander up another Pokemon utilizing Kyogre's attack. That's a strategy I'm going to take right now. I don't know if it's a good strategy, but it's the only strategy I have. Now none of these cards are going to do me well because I have a Stadium in. And if you look at the Stadium itself, it's the same Stadium card. So we're basically playing the same thing. What I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and try and see if I can get a... No, I'm not. I'm going to go ahead and just attack. I take that 1 energy card. And the reason why I did that is because I had an energy retrieval on my bench. And I went ahead and had some energy in here, and I knew I could pull those out and use it back on that Kyogre with that VS Seeker. I might be able to do something. So I'm going to go ahead and play these down. I'm going to check my deck and see how many VS Seekers I have in there. Now if I have more than 4, I'm going to be in trouble. But I don't. So I think 1's prized and I might have 3 more. I might be able to Lysander something up. Let me check to see if I have a Lysander in here. I do. Now what a Lysander does is switch one of your opponent's Pokemon with his or her active Pokemon. Now I can bring up another Pokemon which won't have this effect. So what I really would love Articuno to do is stay around 2, but it doesn't look like. So I am just going to end my turn because I am out of options. Now my son's taking my Articuno, and now I'm going to bring up this big bad boy right here, 240 HP, knowing that I can't hit him. But I'm going to pull this energy retrieval out. I'm going to put 2 more energies down on him. And the reason why I'm going to do that is because his effect, move 2 energies from this Pokemon to one of your bench Pokemon. This attack does 30 damage to each of your opponent's bench Pokemon EX. So we're going to slide these down right over here to this Pokemon and see how we do. But the first thing and foremost we need to do is we need to Lysander somebody up besides him. And I'm going to go ahead and take 2 prize cards with this one right here.
Oh no. Brain fart.
Now what I probably should have done is probably now look back on it, taking a Regice, but I wanted those 2 prize cards because in the end this game is about prize cards, and now we're tied, as you can see. I took 2 water energies, and it's my son's turn to sort of dibble dabble on what he needs to get done. Oh my word, he has just pulled another fossil researcher. Now if he puts 3 of these Auroruses on, they do stack. And so he'll all be doing a minus 60 to damage with any of these Pokemon with a water energy on. Plus, my Pokemon EX can attack.
Well, luckily I can't evolve this turn because it's the first turn I put Aurora down.
And that's a nice thing about it now. So you can't evolve on your first turn. So on his second turn coming in, he will be able to evolve. But you can't evolve on his first turn. So I'm just going to play these down here, knowing that I'm going to take some damage here. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to use a Professor Birch's. I'm going to keep some cards in my hand because those are a lot of cards to get rid of. I'm going to see and pray I pull a VS Seeker out. And I did not. So I'm in a load of trouble. Now, I can still attack him. It will not do damage, but my effect still counts. So I can bring that water energy down to my other Pokemon. I can hear my son in the background telling me it does not look too well, that I am at the end of the line. He still needs to figure out a way to put 240 hit points of damage, and he looks like he is figuring out a way. I am at 150, so I'm just going to go ahead and activate the stadium. And I'm going to try and play a Birch. And I am definitely 1 card behind him. So I don't know if all my VS Seekers are in my prize cards, but I am hoping that I pull 1 VS. Oh, look what I got there. Now I'm just going to go ahead and end turn. Now he's going to do 90 on me. So what that's going to do is 110. What do I got? I got 110. So he's going to put about 210 on me. And then we're going to see what happens from there. As you can see, this is a big whale of a card. So I am going to use this VS Seeker. I am going to Lysander up anybody but him. Now I know I'm going to lose him, so I'm just going to go ahead and pull it down right there. Take my prize card. Now what my son's deck's trying to do is grind me down a little bit. Even though it looks like I'm winning by the prize cards ahead of him, he actually has a very sound deck right now. And it looks like all these guys I can't attack. So I'm going to be piece by piecing him. Preying on my VS Seekers here. I'm going to try and pick them out slowly. Now this one hasn't attacked me yet, so I'm going to go ahead and do my energy. Oh, and I just made a blunder. Because Aurorus is out there, he has a damage reduction by 20. Now I took one of them out, but he was able to survive that because I do a 140 right here. My effect is return 2 energy attached to this Pokemon to your hand, and that's what it did. It returned those energies back to me, and now I am in a bummer situation. Because not only does he have these charged, but he was able to survive the round.
He survived.
Alright, I'm going to go ahead and activate that stadium. I'm going to play this energy down. It doesn't look like I got much to go off of here. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to attach to him. He's already made his attack, so I can't. The effect won't matter because I'll pull that back. And even if I was to switch out, he still has that attack on. So all I'm going to do is end my turn.
Heal.
Now my son is definitely taking full advantage of everything that he can. I'm going to activate my stadium. And it looks like I'm not going to win this without a VS Seeker, so I'm going to have to go ahead and risk everything. Take my 7. And see if I can stall him for a bit. Now I'm going to take a 150 right here, but I'm going to use this effect coming down. And the reason why is because I got an energy retrieval and some energy right there, and this goes ahead and does it twice. So these last 2 cards I have in my deck, as you can see, one of them's got to be a VS Seeker if I'm going to take this game. He's got 90. Oh, he's got his VS Seeker. And I got a funny suspicion my son's not going to have any mercy on me.
That is very true. I need to get more cards.
Oh. Now I thought he was going to pull a Lysander and draw maybe up my Shaman, but he opted different. So I'm not sure where he's at, but we'll see. Oh, he was searching for that Lysander and it didn't look like it got to him. So if I don't get a VS Seeker, I think this game is over.
It is over. It is over, my friend.
Now I'm going to go ahead and still use this effect, see if I can charge him up. At least I'll have him ready to do Giant Whirlpool.
If you can.
And maybe that last card is my VS Seeker.
Hopefully
If it is, I still don't think I can win this. I think that's the important thing we have here is I cannot win this. Alright, my last card is the Sycamore. I'm going to give my son the GG. I'm going to hit enter right there. And I'm going to go ahead and concede. Now if you hit these little settings right here, you can go ahead and concede. And we're going to move on. Now my son's got a good victory. But we're going to hit done right here. And we're going to see if we can challenge him again using a different deck.
That was just end of the world for Dad. Yeah.
And let's go ahead and challenge him. And let's try a little bit of a harder deck. I know that was a little bit of an easier deck. And
You didn't challenge me.
I said, I'm going to try this my colorless Rayquaza deck. Now all our decks are built in standard X and Y. I know a lot of people in formats right now are playing expanded and different things out there because that's what the computer allows you to do. But the format will be changing, and when the format changes, not all the cards are going to be staying the same. There's going to be different variants of the cards. So what we're going to do right now is we're really trying to test standard because a lot of the Pokemon challenges are in standard. So that's what me and my son are doing. We're testing standard and just sort of seeing what decks work with what. Right now my son's really liking his Regice Aurorus deck. He feels like it's doing well, so he's been wanting to play that more than any other deck.
Gosh.
Now I'm not going to play this Shema because if I was to drop it during that time, I'm going to play my Pikachu. If I was to drop it during that time, it wouldn't help me any. So I really want to play it. Now this has an Ancient Barrier trait, this one right here. And you may play this card from your hand to evolve a Pokemon during your first turn or the turn you play that Pokemon. So you can play this card down and basically on the first turn. So we're going to go ahead and what do we got going on here? I'm going to take this Sycamore right now. And what I'm going to do is, now, I believe this deck has some turbos in it, so I'm going to discard this Lysander right here. Now, because we have a Shaman, I'm going to play my Rayquaza. Now, I need to knock that Regice out, and the only one I can really do with it is Pikachu. And the reason why is Pikachu has a older brother there that could help him out a little bit. So I'm going to play this Rayquaza down. Now this Rayquaza has the same ancient trait as this Rayquaza over here, where I can play him down on the first turn. When a Pokemon EX has been knocked out, take up to 2 prize cards. So the Mega Rayquaza is a little different, and you can take 2 prize cards. Honestly, that was the wrong rule I wanted to read you. I wanted to read you the Mega Evolution rule. When one of your Pokemon becomes Mega Evolution Pokemon, your turn ends. Now I didn't have a Spirit Link attached to him, so my turn end it. But I have an Ancient Barrier that says you may play this card from your hand to evolve a Pokemon during your first turn. So that's why I was able to evolve during my first turn. This is a very quick deck.
I don't want to do this. I'm getting bored. Okay,
Now Bifson's going to wisely play down his Shaman, and that Shaman is going to allow him to draw cards. Now whatever he was searching for, water energy or possibly a fossil, I don't know if he got it or not, but it doesn't seem like it. Usually if he doesn't play that fossil on first turn, that's really what you want to do with this Regice deck is now you guys can all tell me what it is. Is it Regice or Regice deck? You really want to play that fossil down. Fossil Researcher down on first turn. If you can't, you got to pull it down as soon as possible. Now I think I'm going to put a little pressure on him. I have a Shaman right here, and I'd like to draw more cards in this. So what I do is I'm going to pull that out, and I'm actually going to have quite a few different Shamans. So I'm going to pull this Shaman out. It's a shame I lost my full art. I'm going to shed a tear a little bit. Alright. I got this going, but I'm actually looking for a Pikachu. And I don't see the Pikachu here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to play a Raichu. I'm actually looking for a Raichu. Oh, there it is. And that's the Raichu I'm looking for. Now that should make my son a little nervous.
I'm scared.
Now, because I'm going to go ahead and Sycamore, I'm going to put this Shaman back in and see if I can draw anything out there. Now this is a big risk. I just discarded 3 Sycamores. 3 Sycamores are huge in my deck.
Oh my gosh, Dad.
Oh, we haven't converted this deck to X and Y on, so technically I'm cheating. So NN is the last supporter card, but we'll play this out.
Win.
And a colors. So my son just reminded me that he automatically wins no matter what, because I did not properly prepare this deck.
I automatically win.
So what I'm going to do is, because I have that Skyfield running, I'm going to discard these 2 right here.
I guess it's a versus secret. Oh, that's a glitch.
And I'm going to go ahead and take this Shaman. This Shaman is going to allow me to draw more cards. And this Skyfield right here allows me to draw cards. Each player can have up to 8 Pokemon on his or her bench. So my son technically could put even more Pokemon in his bench. Now what I was hoping to draw is some sort of switch so I can get out. So I'm going to play these trainer's mails down, see if I get some switch to get out of this bind I am in.
But I automatically win.
Yes, my son has reminded me that he automatically wins no matter what I do at this point, because I am not playing X and Y on. Let's put that down on that full art right there. And we're going to go ahead and end a turn and just take the bulls by the horn and see if I can scare my son a little bit. Now what he really needs is exactly what I did not want him to get, and that is an energy. Now he's got to go ahead and put down another Regice, or an Auroras, to see if maybe he can get more cards. But honestly, this isn't fair because of my ends and my colorist. But he's being a good sport and playing it out. You play... I wasn't expecting you to take that card so soon. Alright, so I'm going to bring up my Raichu. I'm going to play my double colorless down on him. I'm going to... look for my Lysander. I don't... and I'm going to use my Lysander on my next turn because I'm going to knock out this Regice. Oh, I am not. I am in deep trouble. That was a misplay on my part.
Oh, I'm in deep trouble too. Oh! Oh, that was so... Oh!
That's what these games are about, is to teach you a little bit about your skill set. Now, I could have shot out away and see if I brought up another Pokemon, but I totally misplayed that, thinking I'd be able to knock him out. Now, he does the amount of damage on your bench, Raichu does, but I don't have enough, because I only have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 on my bench. And he's going to knock Raichu out. Now, he's put me in a bad predicament as of this point. He will take this game, because all I have now is EX Tackers. So it's up to him to see if I can go ahead and get another attacker. Now we're going to take a pause just for one moment right now.
Okay, while we're waiting, maybe you could look at my screen. Well, I guess it's not really looking at it. I don't really know if you looked at it. But this is what my screen looks like.
Alright, we are back. And this is like a bad shoe shine on a Sunday morning. And I have nothing to give to him because he has already attacked. I need to get another attacker out. Oh. And I just made a big blunder. I shuffled my Lysander in. Oh, my son's taking full advantage of me, and it looks like because of my horrible play.
Not just bad.
Oh, not just bad. He wants to remind me not just bad, but horrible play. Horrible play. Like. This is like.
You're a sitting duck in a pond.
Oh, he just reminded me that I am a sitting duck in a pond at this moment, and he will be the victor of this game.
Most likely.
I had that Lysander in my hand, and I tossed him out. I can't believe I did that. I can't believe I did that, Owen. I can't believe I did that.
Well, I accidentally played a...
That's what's the good part about these games when you're playing with your children is that you get to know what you're playing and how you're playing, and it sort of helps you when you get to other games. I probably have played some a lot better than this, but obviously now my son's probably trying to get to that fossil supporter so he can give himself some more port. But he really doesn't need to. I literally have no attackers that can attack him.
Yeah, but last time I played this, it glitched out and it showed I had no fossil people. And then as soon as I hit done, all my fossil people showed up. So you're not the only one that's made mistakes in this game.
Yeah, I've seen that happen before where it doesn't have the... So I'm going to get another attacker going because obviously this attacker won't... Oh, this is bad news. I have nobody. This can't get any worse than it already is. I'm going to go ahead and concede to my son right now. Give him the GG. Tell him no more Raichu. And I'm going to play him one more game with a different deck.
Both of these decks don't work.
Well, I know for sure we have a XY deck going on. I think we changed that deck over for a League Challenge, right? Put some Ends and Chloris in. Alright, so here we go. Let's see if we can get something better. Something better than what I just did now, because what I just did now was horrible. Remind me of a slaughter there.
Here,
So,
I'll try to...
I've seen this one being played. We're going to try the Sceptile Bat. Just going to concede to this opponent right here. I've seen this one being played here. We're going to go to him. We're going to challenge. And then we're going to...
Here, Dad, I want to challenge you.
No, I got it right here. It's not... I'm trying not to make it complicated. And we're going to try these Sceptile Bats. Pokey for friends, pokey for trade. We're going to go ahead and flip heads. Oh, we flip tails. Okay, your opponent goes first. We're going to see what he can do. Now again, we're just strictly playing X, Y, and on. I know for sure this deck is X, Y, and on. I know for sure my son's deck is X, Y, and on. Let's go ahead and see what he has.
Mine's glitching.
My son's informing me that it's glitching a bit. don't you go ahead and concede? Why don't you go concede? I'm gonna go ahead and re-challenge you. Please do not challenge me. I will challenge you. I'm gonna challenge you with Septile bats. Yes, I'm going to go ahead and go first. It's always good to go first. I don't know of very many decks where it's good to go second. But on this deck, I like to go first. Druid Shaman, that is a shame. That has got to be the worst play you can have on the first turn. So what is my son going to draw here?
A Shaman.
Alright, we both got Shamans, so this should be an interesting play. So what I'm going to do is go ahead and Trina's Mail. I'm going to go ahead and move a Leaf Energy, move a Muscle Band. See what we got in here. I'm going to take another Shaman. Now I'm going to go ahead and move this, move this. I don't want to get rid of that Via Seeker, but I do want to pull a lot of cards here. I need to get set up. I think my safest play is to go ahead and get my Septile out. Let's go ahead and move Shaman, draw 6. What we really need is some bats, but we will go ahead and do with what we got. We're going to Muscle Band him, put that on him, and he is almost all ready to go. One more energy. We got some good stuff happening. So I think what my son needs to do is get a Regice out here as soon as possible. He's going to Ultra Ball out. He's going to take a look at his hand right there and see if that does. I'm sure he's going through looking for a Regice. Now, he plays a total of 4 in that deck, so when you're playing 4, usually you can get an Ultra Ball out. The most I've seen, I mean, I've seen up to 2 cards get hit in the prizes, but you'll end up with 2 if you play 4 at the minimum. So usually he has something in his hand to do a Regice. Now what he really wants to do is put an energy to that Regice, sort of see if he can get that going. He's going to go ahead and opt for the Sky Return. Maybe he's low on cards and see if he wants to play that Shaman back down. He's going to bring that Regice up if he does. Oh, wow. Look at that. He's going for the big hit. Now, this is the Sky Return attack on 30. Return this Pokemon and all cards attached to it to your hand. He will return all those cards attached to it to your hand. And bam, he vanishes away like a midnight moon. Woo! Alright, so he's wah-ha-ha-ing me. I'm going to see if I can make something happen. Now, I don't have any supporters in there. I can't get him out. So the best I can do is poison Regice. And in my turn. Now he has an ability, and the effect of his ability is once during your turn you may use this ability. Both active Pokemon except for Leaf Pokemon are now poisoned. So he's dropped down that DCE, and that is all bad news. If he gets that guy going, my only attacker will be Septile, and I won't be able to attack him. Now, so what I really need is a switch. Oh, he just played that Rough Seas, negating.
I'm not getting too shabby for
negating that little 10 points of damage I did with the poison. He was smart enough to play down that Shaman. He's going to go ahead and draw another 4. Now, Shaman, you can draw up to 6. Like a little rodeo there, you can draw up to 6. And here we go. Here comes the rodeo, and he's going to play it like you've never seen it. And my son is pretty good at this game. He's been playing for almost 2 years. I've been playing for 2 years too myself. I'm a decent player. I'm not great, but there's a lot of better players than me. I know I've done pretty well at league challenges here and there, but you couldn't tell it by the way I'm playing tonight. I think that the way I'm playing tonight, ooh, it smells like dung.
For you, for me, it smells like ice cream mixed with flowers.
Oh, ice cream mixed with flowers. Wow. Oh my gosh, he's just negated all that damage I did to him.
Which was 10. Just remind you.
So what I really wanted to see is a switch or something else, but you can tell we both dead drawed here. And because I dead draw, I really don't have anything I can do. I don't want to deal with Regice, so what I'll do is I'll bring up one of these Amores. The reason why I brought that up is because he has a retreat attack of 3 there, so and he has to attach 3 energies in order to retreat. So I'm hoping I keep him stuck. I'm going to go and poison that Pokemon too. I'm also poisoning myself by doing that. And then I'm going to end turn. And that's mainly because I dead drawed. I don't have anything in my hand. I probably should have played those energies down on Sky Return and gotten Sky Return back. I opted not to. I felt like I could pull a switch or get a different supporter out. Now, because he evolved, he's going to take away that poison. Taking away the poison's a big deal. Anytime you can evolve, you can take away the special condition. I'm lucky enough. Oh my word, what do we got going on here now? He's down to a -20. Oh, I hope he does not get that switch. If he gets that switch, oh, he plays his trainer mail. That will be all bad news for us. I need to get a Crobat, a Golbat. I need to get anything down. Now, if he has a switch, he'll be able to switch out and go back into Regice. If he has an energy and a switch, he'll be able to switch out, go back into Regice, preventing my Sceptile EX from completely attacking. So we're just waiting to see what he does there. Oh, he doesn't, so he's going to go and dig a little bit. Digging means he's going to try and go through his cards and see if he can pick up anything. Now, he rolled the heads on a Professor Birch. A Professor Birch is going to give you a 7 on a heads. If he rolled tails, he would have taken a 4. He's gotten a 7. If he gets that energy and he has that switch inside that 7, I will be in trouble. I will be in major. Oh, he just wanted to remind me, just not trouble. Major trouble. Major trouble with a capital N of major. Now he's got 2 Auroruses down. He decided to play another Regice. I know in his deck he runs an AZ. If he pulls that up, he has the possibility of playing another Aurorus, going down to a -60. Now he's going to try and play the Trainer's Mail. I think he is digging for that switch, trying to get Aurorus out there. Now, if he was to attach a water energy to Aurorus, Aurorus would actually do -40 to that Pokemon, but I know he would prefer to attach the water energy to Regice. He definitely has got some decisions to make during this play.
Oh my gosh, so
So he's thinking it through, thinking it hard. I don't know where he's going to land at or what he's got in his hand there. But let's see what he ends up doing. He ends up healing there. And healing's going to take 30 away to everybody, all your water Pokemon. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Any Pokemon with damage is going to heal for 30. Now I poisoned myself. I am just not drawing. So I'm going to try and see if I can scoop this guy up.
tails.
Oh, I definitely get a lucky play on that one. I'm going to poison him. Now I'm going to go ahead and play down. I need to get rid of that so I can pick up a card. Play down this shaman right here. I'm going to play this trainer's mail. You always want to go and check what's in your trainer's mail. Now I got 2 Faded Towns and a Sycamore. The water energy is definitely going to hurt me if I can't get this. I'm going to knock him out. I think I'm feeling strong about taking the Sycamore here. And then what I'm going to do is, because he's a poison, I'm going to go ahead and do an Unseen Claw. And I'm going to attack for 150 points of damage and knock him out. Now if my son's able to pull off attack, which I hope he is not, he will, during your opponent's next turn, prevent all effects of attacks, including damage. Now an effective attack is what you would see down here if your opponent's active Pokemon is affected by a special condition. So this is an effective attack if hedge, your opponent's active Pokemon is now asleep and poisoned. I would not sleep him, I would not poison him, and I could not be able to do any damage. So he is just 1 water energy short of preventing all of that. So we're waiting to sort of see what he comes up with. If he's going to be able to get that water energy, I think I'm going to be in some big trouble. If he's not, then we might see the tide tip here, and it'll be my turn. We're just waiting to see.
Your game, Dad.
Oh, he declared it my game.
I did not draw my water energy. GG.
Looks like it was my game on that one. My game on that one. Alright. Well, we just want to say thank you to all you trainers around the world that are watching Raising Ash, and we appreciate it. This is our first episode, and we hope you guys all have a good time playing this game as we do. Please leave some feedback and some comments. We'd love to hear from you. Tell us about our playing style and see if there's any mistakes we have made. Alright, you guys have a great evening, great day, or great afternoon. Raising Ash out.